friendship with the world is hostility to God. Well, that sounds kind of harsh. I mean, can we not have non-Christian friends? Is that what that's saying, that we're not allowed to have friends who aren't in the church? No, that's not what that's saying, actually. I've heard people try to apply it to that, but it's not what it's saying. We're not supposed to isolate ourselves around and push all of the unbelievers out of our life. But we have to understand what a friend was back in the first century when this was written. See, nowadays we live in what's increasingly a global community, right? We get on social media and we can have, 2,000 friends, not have a clue who any of these people are, right? We can have friends, people we know, we might know a little bit about them, but how close are we really? We have friends at work and friends at church and friends in our neighborhood and friends from college and friends they're all really people we know. They're like acquaintances when you really dig down into it. See, but back when James was writing, you didn't, live in a town here and then work 20 miles away and have your relationship spread all over. It was right there in that place. And what the friendship is that he's referring to is a closeness, an intimacy with people. It's people who do life together. And when we use the word friend so much, it can kind of lose its meaning. But let's stop and think about it. Be your best friend, right? Your BFF, right? The people who mean more to you. These are the people who you go to them for your advice on your big issues. These are the ones who stay up awake with you, mourning with you, or wrestling over issues into the wee hours of the morning. The people who, if they called, it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing, you're dropping everything to go help them because they're your friend. Right? That's what this is talking about. I like movie references, so let's make one. Right? You want to like Westerns? Right? Tombstone. There's a scene where Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp and the gang have just kind of had a shootout down at a river. And someone, Doc Holliday's got tuberculosis, and he's all coughing and hacking. And someone says, "Doc, what are you doing out here? You don't need to be here." And he says, "Wyatt Earp is my friend." And the guy goes, "I got lots of friends." He goes, "I don't." Right? Out there, sick as could be, should be in bed, risking his life. Why? Because his friend's in need. And he's going to stand by his friend's side. That is the kind of friendship that is in view here. And so whenever it says friendship with the world, that kind of closeness and intimate relationship with the world is hostility to God. This is the same idea, and I believe it's 1 Corinthians 6, where it talks about being unequally yoked. And we apply this to marriage, right? Don't be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. Don't have an unbeliever as the person who is with you walking through life, because it's an unbalance and it pulls you off. The image with the yoked thing is oxen. So two oxen or two horse or whatever it is you have, and they have this harness on them, and if one's stronger than the other or weaker than the other, they pull weird. You need two oxen that are the same type. And so that's this idea, don't be unequally yoked. If you have two people with two different sets of beliefs, then you're pulling in different directions, and it doesn't work right. And it's not just for marriage. I think the context of that particular passage is marriage, but it works with your business relationships and all your other deep, close relationships where you have tied yourself to a person. And he's saying, no, don't tie yourself to the world. You're supposed to be tying yourself to God.